Ledeen joins us now. She's a former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense in the first Trump administration. Welcome, and let me ask you about the seriousness of this act and these alleged act and these charges.
This is about as serious as it gets. Leaking classified information about planned attacks or planned response in this case by one of our most important partners absolutely put lives at risk, not only Israeli lives, but also American lives. We have a lot of U.S. troops in the region, and it was really one of the most grievous examples that we've seen in a long time
You would think trust will take a long time to rebuild, right? Or in some cases with American and Israeli officials who have to work together. Will that be the case?
Well, there's the internal trust that's been broken, and then there's the external trust as well. And I mean, internal trust within the intelligence community, within the agency that this employee comes from. There's so many questions surrounding this about how this employee got access to this information. Did he even have a need to know, given he was working in Cambodia? These are all questions that are going to need to be run down and answered in the course of the investigation.
One other topic I wanted to ask you about, mentioned your credentials as being a former high-ranking official at the Pentagon, is the Trump pick to be Secretary of Defense. It's kind of got lost in today's breaking news with some of these other picks coming out. But Pete Hegseth, who works at Fox, has served in the military, is a pick to take over this large, sprawling agency in the Department of Defense. The argument for is that you want to shake things up, get new thinking in. The argument against, however, would be this would be not someone who doesn't have the experience to do that based on what he's done in his career so far. What would you say, knowing the inner workings of the Pentagon?
I think those are absolutely the arguments for and against. But having worked in the Pentagon, I think really first and foremost, it is important to shake things up. We must shake things up. The way that we have been executing against our defense strategies and goals, we're losing. I mean, if you put us up against China today, we're challenged. So
how do you know, what would be an example of that? How would you illustrate that point with a concrete example?
So I would say that right now the majority of the U.S. defense budget is packed away in legacy programs. So you only have a small portion of the defense budget annually to spend on new technology, for example. This is, we're still spending the majority of our defense budget on legacy programs and like legacy ships, for example, for the Navy that we no longer need. We need this new generation of AI-enabled, new tech that's being built today that these companies can't actually get contracts in many cases from the U.S. Defense Department because their budget's tied up in these old programs that won't die. Okay. So I think this is really exciting, and I wish him all the best.
New way of thinking is what you're pushing for. All right, Simone, thank you for coming on both of those topics. Simone Ledeen, who worked at the Pentagon in past administrations, so we